Good morning, parents, family, friends, faculty, honored guests, and especially the members of Class of 2026. My name is Linvy's Sun, and it is my honor to serve as the president of the Class of 2026. On behalf of our seniors, faculty, and staff, I welcome all to Urbana High School's 28th graduation ceremony. At this time, please remain standing for our national anthem, which will be performed by my fellow classmates Eileen Kim and Emily Shee.
Thank you, Eileen and Emily. You may be seated. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Donna Clayball, and as the principal of Urbana High School, it is my honor to welcome you to the 28th graduation day of Urbana High School, and my favorite day of the school year. I love this day because it is truly a commencement, a beginning, and an end, a time to reflect on all that has been accomplished, and most importantly, it is a time to celebrate and mark the beginning of your next adventure. As much as I love it, graduation day always seems to sneak up on me, reminding me that the days might be long, but the years are truly short. I'm sure many parents and loved ones are here wondering where the time has gone. One thing I know for sure is that we could not have arrived successfully without UHS teachers, counselors, administrators, assistants, coaches, and support staff. All have made a positive difference in my year, and I know the members of the class of 2026 hold many fond memories of their time with this group of dedicated, kind, and caring professionals. At this time, I ask that all Urbana High School staff and faculty stand to be recognized for their work and dedication in inspiring the core four: respect, unity, integrity, and pride in the class of 2026. Thank you. In acknowledgement of Memorial Day and in honor of our fellow Americans who died in service to our country, please stand to be recognized if you are a veteran, active duty, or a senior who has enlisted or will be joining a military academy following graduation. Thank you. We have many guests to welcome to our ceremony, some of whom are on stage and some of whom are seated in the audience. If you would please stand and remain standing until all guests are introduced, please hold a pause until the last guest is announced. William Folden, State Senator. April Fleming Miller, State Delegate. Jesse Pippy, State Delegate. Dr. Brad Young, Frederick County Council President at Large Member. Renee Knapp, Frederick County Council Member. Dean Rose, President of the Board of Education. Karen Yoho, Member of the Board of Education. Dr. Cheryl L. Dyson, Superintendent of Frederick County Public Schools. Dr. Eric Lures Phillips, Associate Superintendent, Public Affairs for Frederick County Public Schools. Dr. Afi Mirshal Nayar, Director of School Administration and Instructional Leadership for Frederick County Public Schools. Scott Murphy, Director of Curriculum Instruction, Frederick County Public Schools. Michael Concepcion, Principal of the Career and Technology Center. Jessica Sauerbrower, Assistant Principal of the Frederick County Virtual High School. Drew Kibler, Principal of Urbana Middle School. Brian Vesquenza, Principal of Windsor Knolls Middle School. Tracy Hilliard, Principal, Urbana Elementary School. Karen Hobson, Principal, Centerville Elementary School. Mark Clausen, Principal, Kemptown Elementary School. Carmen Working, Principal, Sugarloaf Elementary School. Christopher Babb, Teacher Specialist for Dual Enrollment, Frederick County Public Schools. Megan Yee, Heather Ridge School. Sarah Welker, Director of Dual Enrollment and High School Partnerships at Frederick Community College. Dr. Linda Chambers, retired Urbana High School Assistant Principal. Dr. Camille Bell, who will be joining Urbana High School as Assistant Principal for school year 27. And Sarah Mullinex, our UHS Pupil Personnel Worker. If I inadvertently missed recognizing any elected officials or dignitaries during our introductions, please accept our sincere apologies. We deeply appreciate your support and are grateful to have so many of our community members and leaders here with us today. Thank you. And last but not least, joining me on stage, my USH faculty members helping with today's ceremony. Chris Berry, Ida Davis, Phil Herdman, Gilbert Kim, and Nicole Trigg, UHS Assistant Principals, and of course, Chuck Grover and Ann Beachley, our senior class advisors. Thank you. In preparation for her remarks today, Karen Yoho visited Urbana earlier this spring to speak with a group of seniors about their experiences at UHS. I'd like to thank her for making the time to speak with our graduates and for having a lively and open conversation. Please join me in welcoming Karen Yoho from the Board of Education to offer greetings from the board. Ms. Yoho.
Urbana High, class of 2026. It is my honor to bring you greetings on behalf of the Board of Education. I remember well sitting where your families are sitting today at the very first Urbana High School graduation in 1999. My son was an original Hawk, and I had the privilege of serving as the school's first PTA president. Anyone who wants a full history lesson on Urbana High can find me later. I have stories. Board members sign up for the schools where we will deliver remarks each year. For our 10 comprehensive high schools, that means we put on the gown, sit on the stage, and take part in all the pomp and ceremony that makes your graduation special. In this, my final graduation season on the board, I knew exactly where I wanted to be. Urbana is the school I have the deepest connection to, and my colleagues graciously allowed me to be here today. All 3 of my children graduated from UHS, but that was, believe it or not, quite a few years ago. So to prepare for the speech, I wanted to learn about the Urbana High School of today. I'm grateful to Ms. Claybaugh for assembling a diverse and dynamic group of students through teacher recommendations. Several months ago, I met with 30 of them. I introduced myself, shared a bit of Urbana's early history, and then asked them to tell me about their experiences as Hawks. What happened next? Silence. Picture a substitute teacher on the first day of school. They didn't know me, and they'd never been together as a group. But after 25 years of teaching, I knew what to do. I had them turn to a neighbor and chat. A few minutes later, they regrouped, and this time the hands went up. For the next hour, they spoke openly and thoughtfully. As I sorted through my scribbled notes, I realized I could only share the themes that came up again and again. I want to thank those students for their honesty, their insight, and their maturity. So according to them, Urbana High is known for academic excellence, filled with ambitious, driven students, and at times it feels more like a college than a high school. Some shared that while overall school spirit may ebb and flow, there is tremendous spirit within the areas students are passionate about: sports, music, drama, and an incredibly active club culture. They appreciate that their teachers and coaches hold them accountable. They mentioned minds in motion. They feel prepared for college and careers, and they described their counselors and career coaches as diligent, their word, and supportive. They see themselves as proactive and resourceful. I found them delightful, my word, and I have no doubt they will go wherever their ingenuity and interests lead them. I also want to take a moment to recognize the extraordinary staff and administrators of Urbana High School. Thank you for the countless hours, the encouragement, and the belief you pour into your students every single day. So, Urbana Hawks, class of 2026, whether you are entering the military, heading to college, beginning your career, or taking time to discover your next steps, please know that the Board of Education is incredibly proud of you. Your accomplishments, both past and future, matter deeply to us. And to the parents, families, and friends here today, thank you for allowing us to share in this milestone. I'll leave you with a line from a song by Leanne Womack that speaks beautifully to life's choices. When you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you'll dance. Congratulations, Urbana High School class of 2026.
Thank you, Ms. Yoho, and thank you for your many years of dedicated service to the students, staff, and parents of Frederick County Public School. Frederick County Public Schools is led by a superintendent who truly cares about the well-being of each student. It is my pleasure to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Cheryl L. Dyson.
Thank you. Good morning, Hawks. Are you ready? Give yourselves a round of applause if you're excited about being here today. Now, can we give a round of applause for all of your family, the staff, and everybody else who got you here today? They deserve it. Yes. Today marks a milestone for you, one that reflects your hard work, your resilience, and your growth. It is both a celebration of what you've accomplished and a moment to look ahead with purpose. As you step forward, I want to leave you with the words of Henry David Thoreau. He said, "Go confidently in the directions of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined." Confidence doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means trusting yourself enough to take that next step, even when times are uncertain. Each of you has already taken that next step. You faced challenges, you adapted, and you persevered. That strength will carry you forward. Your future will take many different paths, but what matters most is how you walk that path. So go with integrity, go with curiosity, and most of all, go with compassion. The life you imagine will not happen all at one time. It will be built through your choices, through your effort, and through your willingness to keep pushing forward. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, and when it does, remember who you are. Remember where you come from and all that you've already overcome. Class of 2026, I believe you are ready, so go confidently, dream boldly, and live a life that makes a difference. Congratulations, Class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Dyson. It is my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Sophia Hernandez Voyest. Sophia plans to attend Stevenson University to study chemistry and run track. Please welcome Sophia.
Good morning, everyone. First, I have to give thanks to God for guiding me to this moment in my life. We should certainly thank our teachers and mentors who pushed us, believed in us, and refused to let us give up. And most importantly, thank you to our families who believed in us long before we believed in ourselves. For those who don't know me, my name is Sophia Hernandez Voyset, and for as long as I can remember, I knew exactly who I wanted to be: a United States Navy sailor. At 13, I walked into the recruiter's office like I had my whole life planned out. He advised me on the direction I should take from middle school until this day. I didn't leave there with all the answers, but I did leave with one piece of advice that has stayed with me after all these years: be a well-rounded sailor. At the time, I didn't fully understand what that meant, but over the years, I learned that being a well-rounded sailor isn't about skills or knowledge. It's about showing up for others, pushing past your limits, continuing forward, even when fear shows up. At 15, I joined the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps, a youth leadership program where I learned about military customs and courtesies, how to shine my boots, and how to speak with confidence, so much more. I was constantly pushed beyond what I thought I could handle, but nothing prepared me for one moment at rope rescue training. During this training, I lived with on-call firefighters and rope rescue teams in Tennessee. Our final exercise to test our skills was to rappel off a 200-foot cliff overlooking the Chattanooga Mountains. With my harness on, rope in hand, looking down what felt like a straight drop, I froze. All my training disappeared, and all I could think about was how far the ground was from beneath me. I started my descent. Immediately, I wanted to climb back up, but my instructor looked at me and said, "Come on, girl, you've got this." So I sat back in my harness, wiped the tears and sweat off my face, and released my handbrake. Rappelling down that cliff was the most frightening thing I had ever done. But somewhere in the middle of that descent, I stopped and looked around. And what I saw took my breath away. The mountains, the river, the skyline. It stretched for miles. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen, and I had almost missed it. That moment made me realize that fear has always been a part of our lives. I was 8 when I stopped believing monsters live under my bed, and 10 when I no longer needed a nightlight. But those are small fears. The big fears paralyze us. They hold us back from taking chances, from stepping forward and seeing what might be waiting for us on the other side. Sometimes the scariest steps lead to most breathtaking views. And sometimes the path we didn't choose were the ones we were made to take, because everything happens for a reason. This year, I found myself standing on a different kind of cliff. After years of working towards one goal, I didn't get into my dream school. And suddenly, I didn't know what came next. Maybe some of you feel the same way. Maybe your plan didn't work out perfectly, or maybe it did. Maybe you're excited or scared. Maybe you're standing on the edge of something completely unknown. But here's what being a well-rounded sailor has taught me. You don't just give up because you're afraid. You trust your training and you lean on your shipmates. You remember everything that has brought you up to this moment, and you believe it is enough. Then you take the next step. You release the handbrake, and you rappel. Because just like that cliff in Tennessee, what's waiting for you on the other side may be more incredible than you had ever planned. So as we walk across this stage today, remember this. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to feel uncertain. But don't let that stop you. Everything you've done up to this moment has prepared you for what comes next, and everything ahead will be built in the same way, one step at a time. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let's go do something extraordinary.
Thank you, Sophia. At this time, I invite the senior members of the choir to join the rest of the chorus. Led by Miss Emma Thompson, the Urbana High School Combined Concert Choir, Show Choir, and Chamber Ensemble will perform the piece, Go in Peace, Walk in Hope, Love in Love.
Find your path and walk. thank you to the choir and Ms. Thompson. Our next student speaker is Piper Estock. Piper plans to attend Columbia College, Chicago to study musical theater. Please welcome Piper.
Hello, class of 2026. Look around. We're here. Can you believe it? I can. We're made up of all kinds of characters. Strong performers, artists, scholars, leaders, athletes, all successful in their own right. Everyone, parents, teachers, family, friends, and students, give yourselves a round of applause. Students, we are all familiar with the term, last night was a movie. And for those of you who are not, I guess I'm maybe jealous of your low screen time or the fact that you were a teenager in the 80s. But to summarize, it's a joke among Gen Z that pokes fun at people who overly romanticize their lives. Main character syndrome, if you will. Driving around the neighborhood listening to music, fun but simple, could be coined the next day as, last night was a movie. This example is mundane, but that's kind of the whole point. It's a humorous take on how our personal expectations for things are often not what they end up being. But even so, they're still fun and worthwhile. This sentiment has stuck with many of us throughout high school. After all, some of the most iconic films and TV shows focus on the complex and magical coming-of-age experience that is high school. John Hughes films ultimately sweep this category. 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club. Did I mention I'm jealous of the 80s? And to my peers, it would be criminal to leave Superbad, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and High School Musical unmentioned. I feel like maybe I tried my best to find the musical aspect of high school, but there were definitely no hallway dance numbers. Beyond film, kids' TV shows we grew up with typically ended with a graduation episode, in which the characters walked through the halls dressed in their caps and gowns, delivering the cheesiest lines known to man. When you're a kid, all of this media is what growing up looks like, and that expectation is hard to shake. I think characters in TV shows and films are really important because as an audience, we feel the freedom to decide what we think of them. And very often, regardless of what we decide, we continue to root for them. Maybe, in a way, we don't always feel able to do so for real-life people. Real-life people like ourselves and the ones around us. Class of 2026. I hate to say it, but here we are, in our caps and gowns, celebrating all of our hard work, surrounded by the people who love us. This might be a movie moment right here. Have you ever thought that maybe you are the main character? I mean, why not? After going to school our whole lives, this is the season 12 finale. What would the audience watching think? You might cringe at that thought. Run through failures you've encountered, life lessons, or moments of growth, but to be quite honest, the short answer is that no matter how many times you mess up, that audience is probably still rooting for you. Think of a character who is objectively the worst. I mean, I always kind of hoped Voldemort would get his life together. So, why don't we ourselves and the people around us have the same undivided focus and patience for ourselves as we do for the characters in media that we love so much? You failed. So what? You were kind of the worst junior year. You'll figure it out in the next season. After all, I don't even think Zac Efron knew how to sing until the third movie. But you know what? What's so different about our own lives? This is the season 12 finale of high school. Some of you may celebrate that. Some of you may be sad. Some of you may think of your closest friends, or I guess, in this case, co-stars, and panic at the thought of life without them. But so what? Who said you have to write them out? Ever heard of a crossover episode? In fact, we all have whole new casts of wonderful people who will soon be in our stories. And beyond that, failure and struggle lie in front of us, but so does success, love, and happiness. Because good without bad would make a pretty boring character arc, if you ask me. I'm sure we all think of past seasons of our lives, maybe when we couldn't understand why things unfolded the way they did, angry and frustrated that we weren't exactly where we wanted to be. I now look back on those moments with gratitude that the things I wanted to happen didn't. Because if they did, my life would be a completely different show. And I've come to love this current one a lot. In fact, I look out at my peers, and the stories I've been able to watch are so binge-worthy, I can't wait to see what they do next. I think the stories we've created are pretty cool. It's all been made possible by the phenomenal crew around us. In this case, our incredibly dedicated teachers, who so graciously taught us through every winding turn of our character development. And to our producers, who have made immeasurable investments in our stories, emotionally, financially, and pretty much everything. Students, can we all give a collective I love you to whomever the producers in our lives are, whether that be mom, dad, or someone else? I love you! Students, I ask you to think of your favorite song. All right, let's take it one step further. That's no longer your favorite song. That's your theme song. I mean, come on. I know you all have one in mind. Mine is Under Pressure. Reminds me of my best friend, closest co-star. She's Freddie, I'm Bowie. No, actually think about it. I'm going to give you all a moment. Close your eyes and play that song in your head. All right, it's playing. You're crossing the stage. You're getting your diploma. People are chanting your name. Maybe there's confetti. I don't know, man. It's your storyline. All right, now open your eyes. That was pretty sick, dude. If you're not the main character in your own story, why? Class of 2026. You've got the script in your hand. You're staring down the camera lens. You're picking the soundtrack. Your story is evolving, not ending. Every outcome, every possibility, every failure, every success. We are infinite.
Thank you, Piper, and thank you to all of our student speakers and performers, and to the band up there on the balcony. Okay. Yeah. Graduates, families, and honors guests. Sometime this summer, before you head off to your next adventure, I'd like you to consider doing two things. The first is to find some documentation from elementary school of what you wanted to be when you grew up. Some of you do still remember and may have the same goal today, but my guess is there's a box, or maybe a few, of your work and items from elementary school that have been lovingly saved that contains that information and much more. When I was in elementary school, I wanted to be a truck driver and a supermodel. Two very different careers that I was quite sure I could manage simultaneously. At this time, this made perfect sense to me. My father was career military and we traveled a lot, and the family was always along. I saw these career options as opportunities to continue to travel. The day trips we would take in the various places we lived were always an adventure, as this was well before GPS, the Google Maps lady, and even MapQuest were around. My house was also full of the magazines of the time that showed glamorous people doing fun things and looking great. I was good at going places, and I already knew how to drive because I was allowed to drive lawnmowers and the orchard tractors with my grandfather. Clearly, I had all of the necessary skills to make these careers an option. Obviously, those career plans did not happen, but when asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? My elementary school teachers provided an opportunity for me to imagine what I would do and see the possibilities beyond my 8-year-old world. Yes, these possibilities were formed by somewhat limited experiences, but learning how to envision your goals is a key practice to creating the life that you truly want to live. Creating a timeline, a vision board, a photo collage, or some other tangible item representing your goals sometimes seems a little hokey, but research shows that these practices can help you hold on to the vision you have for yourself. Having the vision in front of you, represented by that tangible item, holds your focus. Once focused, your vision can become an actual plan that is shaped by your growing knowledge and experiences. Envisioning activates the same areas in your brain as actual perception, providing opportunities for rehearsal and confidence building. This is necessary as your ideas and experience change, but most importantly, during times in your life where you have a limited support system, or when those around you cannot see the possibilities for your life that you know are within your reach. The second thing I encourage you to do is to talk to the oldest person you know and ask them about their fondest memories of their career, school, or just lifetime memories. I bet they have some amazing stories to share with you, and I'm sure you will learn some quite surprising things. Surveys tell us that most older people value relationships and experiences they cultivated throughout their lives far more than any material or professional accomplishments. And the connection between the vision for yourself and your conversation with your older friend or relative, older people share most frequently that their lives were most meaningful and fulfilling when they acted in alignment with their values, their identity, and the potential that they believed they had, and not when they tried to meet external expectations or the expectations of others. This sense of control over their lives and their choices was also a key factor in their feelings of success. Envisioning and planning for your life, even if it changes, provides the control you need when you make the time to see yourself in the life that you want to live. And the wisdom of your older friends and relatives will remind you that more than the accomplishments and the material gains, beyond those things lies the truth. At the end of each chapter in our lives, it is the shared experiences and the meaningful relationships that move us forward and deepens our connection to humanity. The things you love never really leave you. I am always up for a drive and a road trip, and the long hauls of UHS make for a nice runway when you're feeling sassy. And if you are able to find some of those elementary school memories, I hope you find a box full of information about the child that you were, and those memories help you to appreciate how much you have grown and all of the things about yourself that you love. And if you have time to connect with someone older this summer, I hope they share how they lived a life that was true to themselves and the successes and struggles that helped them along the way, and that their guidance helps you to envision the person that you want to become. Life is short, and there is little time to gladden the hearts of those that journey with us. Be quick to love and make haste to be kind. Thank you for the kindness that you have always shown me. I hope that has returned to you manyfold, and I wish you well as you leave Urbana High School to create the vision that you have for your life. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Urbana High School, I recommend to you the members of the class of 2026 as qualified candidates for the State of Maryland diploma. We will now award diplomas and certificates evidencing the satisfactory completion of prescribed courses of study to the students of Urbana High School. In receiving this diploma or certificate, each of you is entitled to all the privileges and honors accorded graduates of the high schools accredited by the Maryland State of Education. I present to you the Urbana High School class of 2026. Will the first row please rise?
Alexis Joy Shalbunko. Lin V. Hang Sun. Lin V. Hang Sun. Abigail Elizabeth Desatel. Sophia Daniela Hernandez Voiset. Piper Kate Estock. Eileen Kim. Emily Nishi. Mintu Rachel Dang. Sophia Elise Pera. Anita Lemine Jean. Niranjana Atur. Caitlin Riley Fushman. Sophia Eve Kling. Esther Moe. Kaylee Elizabeth Turin.
Morgan Elizabeth Sherwood. Audrey Lila Newton. Catherine Grace Liebergott. Shrestha Jorthar. Ellery McCarthy Catino. Ashita Chowdhury Amaraneni. Kendall Leanne Rizzo. Kate Maivun Lindberg. Vivian Sunmai Kao. Deethia Boma. Tamani Mary Diamond Baltimore. Trisha Gupta. Alexander William Kneffley. Jordan Rose Parker.
Isabella Paulina Tercios. Grady Duncan Wilhelm. Madison Grace Boucher. Liz Estamini Bueso Zaldivar. Stella Tonsi de Pintor. Kayla Marie Dickens. Dawson James Gratitor. Vanessa Chubwawa Columba. Corinne Pauline Manley. Hayden Baobao Nguyen. Crystal Asantua Odeme. Gabriella Jacqueline Salisbury. Lillian Manlin Sun. Joanna Johnson Toady.
Haley Henry Zambarakis. Umeza Syed. Elizabeth Ann Sun. Methni Patabendi. Isabella Maria Nunez. Kirthana Narayana Ryopatha. Saketh Kandata. Sophia Daniela Houston. Hannah Fies. Victoria Abigail Diaz Chavarria. Ainsley Ryan Castor. Taylor Madison Briggs. Ethan Howard Wright. Victoria Adriana Wheaton.
Nora Lee Ward. Yashmeda Dilibabu. Lillian Marie Anzores. Mina Kyra Bell. Chloe Alexis Cole. Veronica Yun Enoch. Juanita Guadalupe Gertza Noriega. Haven Elise Holder. Christine Yang Jung. Elena Grace Kenny. Arshia Kamal Malhodra. Addison Grace Queen. Sophia Charlotte Spitulnik. Ella May Summers.
Dana Tadich. Alejandra Mercedes Sierra Manrique. Tessa Ryan Remsberg. Gabriela Sofia Pinto. Cassandra Ann Coe. Prabgun Carr. Arman Abdullah Jamaluddin. Anya Bharat Gupta. Jennifer Parvina Fazilova. Ava Sophia Coletta. Gabriela Lisette Cambron Valadares. Lily Mae Bastian. Allison Sierra Kramer. Ava Marie Devine.
Fan Chi Ma. Reagan Mary Thomas. Genevieve Jolie Vayette. Nancy Dimo Palo. Gabriela Zavala. Lynn Ashanafi. Eliana Annalise Brown. Rachel Rowan Chu. McKenna Riley Corbett. Addison Riley Fell. Namitha Sai Goburu. Kushi Shazad Kuyar. Sahana Marie Kadambi. Kathleen Margaret McGee.
Glorious Mary Edmund Delama. Carly Jean Martino. Alicia Batul Kawaja. Chloe Melrose Hanson. Kendall Rosemary Hanson. Layla Noor Gilson. Hala Ahmed Ali Shaban El Said. Leah Marie Christensen. Nainitha Chalamala Seti. Victorine Stavencia Biename. Marva Yaya. Tin E. Pham. Allison Diane Jimenez Flores. Caitlin Autumn Trout.
Ahana Nigam. Claire Evelyn Pate. Maggie Sun. Hadia Syed. Taylor Isabella Worm. Rebecca Lee Yan. Julia Angela Small. Eric G. Bond. Hee Kyun Kao. Alessia Fernanda Cuba. Kimberly DeSantos. Elise Kendall Faulkner. Ava Elizabeth Foster. Daniela Gomez Morales.
Emma Reese Gadbois. Kirsten Laurel Forberg. Claire Rain Duclos. Puri Jignesh Desai. Samantha Veronica Croman. Audrey May Borlas. Sarah Isabel Arze. Fanina Jahwe Wu. Caitlin Elizabeth Willens. Anais Kilia Tafoyam. Natalie Lane Southard. Audrey Eve Lorraine Scholes. Alina Taun Park. Presley Nicole Nolan.
Jenna Ahmed Hamdi. Justin Daniel Hernandez. Leah Elizabeth Jeffries. Nadia Angelina Gerardo. Ergese Luzi. Vanessa Diane Martinez Bayan. Rihanna Shri Nepal. Sophie Grace Nilges. Carter Corinne Reel. Taylor Daniela Ritana. Aditi Senthil Kumar. Shannon Rayun Shen. Rebecca Louise Wilson. Krista Susanna Solford.
Senna Kylie Ameko. Alea Rochelle Balau. Savannah Reese Geralds. Bailey Drew Smith. Emily So. Amanda Ileana Scully. McKenna Carey Patterson. Bianca Pimenta Mahadevan. Cheon Lee. Hannah Ju. Emily Amanda Iacone. Gabriel Asher Hellman. Folashayo Naomi Taiwo. Folashide Olivia Atundun Taiwo.
Felicia Ann Asurian. Sarah Faye Billow. Noah Byron Bustos. Jessica Nicole Cheeves. Kira Margaret Farrell. Mylin Sophie Johnson. Skylar Marie Miller. Jessica Safi Mulangu. Matthew K. Park. Raina Asley Smith. Ariana Michaela Thompson. Meredith Therese Walker. Hannah Caroline Warner. Abiha Rajat Sohail.
Trey Alexander Zagara. Dayanara Nicole Valenzuela Ruz. Emma Jane Stevens. Mariana Gomez de Costa Mora Silva. Sophia Ann Rogers. Anna Lynn Kim Murbeck. Himaja Srirama Komagarigri. Justin James Jutilla. Tatiana Alyssa Gonzalez. Abigail J. Ilesh Imogun. Marco Raphael Kenzader. Alexandra Grace Bristow. Riley Emerson Lang.
Audrey Clark Molnar. Brooklyn Christian Promise Rab. Layla Jade Fuller. Michaela Marie Alexandra Rubini. Patrick Garmon Blamo. Oluwatoni Sarah Daramola. Julia Lynn Durr. Eve Elizabeth Evans. Colby Marie Johnson. Catherine Mattis Younger. Alexander Manuel Nauda. Harshita Sharma. Avery Elizabeth Water. Joanne Asimbi Ragwa.
Dara Sophia Price. Logan Elizabeth Vu. Samir Amaya Soparker. Aiden Chase Kashwella Savage. Adeshoa Abba Enfienza Odebile. Vrusha Sai Maduri. William Tianhung. Lu. Fatin Jabahardin. Lola Lynn Grosbean. Caitlin Alexis Earhart. Sergio Gennaro Duarte Sandales. Alyssa Marie Berg. Nicholas Arias. Mej Musa El Asali.
Rachel Castro Orozco. Marvin Dylan Alvarado. Kelsey Marie Barnes. Madeline Jean Gray. Charlize Ariana Castro. Ava Marie Burns Donaldson. Talib Zen Fernandez. Trent Gregory Gottlinger. Matthew Francis Hardesty. Allison Marie Hoffacker. Zachary Boyd Keats. Jason George Marshall. Lillian Ernestina Mackinac. Daniel Anthony Morse.
Anired Manivanan. Jiwoo Lee. Hazel Ava Rose Holland. Marcellus Malik Foltz. Michaela Ann Fitch. Salma Amr Elgamal. Dana Estelle Damalakis. Kyle Roland Corshane. Benjamin Scott Bushy. Simone Nana Ama Yaruma Asasi. Ishan Om Anand. Ayan Kianush Ahmad. Joshua Joel Velez Ayala. Reagan Mackenzie Davis.
Sophia Ann Ozma Hyatt. Riley Jenna Rios. Anna Gail Patty. Nicole Maria Pittinger. Michael Thomas Ryan. Caitlin Allison Sigwin. Leon Voynick. Aubrey Caroline Greaves. Thomas Kenneth Alvarez. Corey Timothy Cameron. Brody Paul Cummings. Gabriel Min Duong. Jacob Dean Fangmeyer. Juan David Flores.
Dhruva Marco Krishnaswamy. Logan Midori Harai. Diego Gonzalez. Sarah Anise Gauto Faruqi. Anson Shi Chang. Mateo Andres Bringas. McAfoy Corsi Agbesi. Day Lupe Babauta Williams. Emma Grace Warner. DJ Joseph Staub Jr. Inhu Shin. Maya Naomi Osher. Bradley Ajani Kelly Dogba Agbo. Brianna Oleinka Sika Dogba Agbo.
Mackenzie Caitlin Massey. Shane David O'Malley. Siddharth Chaudhary Potla. Ella Mackenzie Roberts. Hank Sun. Aiden Richard Traub. James Aiden Welch. Liam Abbott Williams. Zeno Irie Amster. Hunter Eugene Brunken. Mateus Sharp de Silva. Colton Garcia Facine. Grace Antoinette Fanning. John Werner Jensen.
Lillian Catherine Harris. Mitchell Ijipong. Talia Sofia DeCarmo. Gaspar Armin Konkunian. Sean Francis Whalen. Amir Ziggy Ture. David Matthew Thomas. Alexander Gerard Solano. Rylan Dariush Ramati. Nishka Panaparetti. Samantha Elizabeth Mazuka. Ethan Richie Barnard. Lily Renee Barnard. Josie McKenna Hines.
Christopher James Manley. Rosmel Edison Perez. Aiden J. Porterfield. Henry Zhao. Wilbur Allen Ricketts IV. Jeremiah Wright Ajay. Kenneth Leonardo Venegas. Liam Kelly Brady. Matthew Samuel Browning Elam. Wyatt Matthew Byrne. James Harrison Duray. Damon Anthony Esque. Joshua Eugene Gamble.
Caden Mizukami Gambos. Ian Antonios Ekotamatis. Christopher Francis Doyle Wandell. James Cooper Dockery. Layla Jean Carter. Karis Lillianne Burge. Zachary Mason Berry. David Kimball Barney. Brian Coven Alexander. Uzman Ghani. Jonathan Noah Loe Bone. Cirillo Curtis Sessoms. Pranil Pandit. Alexander Ryan Linderev.
Thomas William Gottlinger. Naraya Ajua Jingfi. Matthew Lee Humes. Aiden Michael Katz. Carter Edward Kuhar. Emerson Jordan Malins. Catherine Addison Romans. Shane Ya Ansong Simpe. Bruce Isara Siri. Claire Elizabeth Trutowski. Beckett Grayson Wirtz. Justin Maxwell Topper. Gia Georgia Chipley. Jonas Weiss Christensen.
Ella Jean Cromer. William Tsai. Mateo Michael Berry. Nathan Paul Weir. Willow Lorraine Van Skyver. Aditya Swaminathan. Jaden Jamel Sharper. Benjamin Fung Nia. Owen Sun McLeaf. Arush Dhananjay Kumar. Ryan Christopher Kelly. Ishan Ashwin Jeswal. Ryan Todd Horvath. Bryn Elizabeth Gorman.
Jack Anthony Dukes. Nathaniel Gray Goldfarb. Elijah Howard Jones. Soria Mahendran Krishnan. Brandon Eduardo Maldonado. Noah Anthony Namino. Isaiah James Pearson. Matthew David Porter. George Scott Pullen Jr. Gabriel Russell Silver. Jake Colin Allen. Edlin Oswe Arevalo Marquez. Joshua David Brandenburg Jr. James Alexander Chin.
Andrew Patrick Conover. Roman Stephen Casey. Arman R.F. Alabakshi. Oluwatobi Faith Adabambo. Zachary Florentine Thayer. Ryan Joseph Robinson. Anthony James Pasca. Justin James Passano. Philip Charles Mabua Jr. Easton Coltrane Malone. Matthias Jambor Lahorsky. Haoun Ryan Jung. Michael Edward Hyam III. Campbell Elizabeth Fetters.
Mateo Luca Cresta. Hyatt Andrew Gordon. Abigail Batten Carball. Angus He. Justin David Humbert. Jack Victor Knowlton. Thayer Robert Osterman. Robert Eugene Preston III. Robert James Radke. Joshua Thomas Rothery. Benjamin Daniel Schaffner. Roy Joseph Weisband. David Weisband. Evan Masaki Zaroli.
Yoan Aris Batoko Bapoma. Braden Douglas Afdal. Brendan Junsok Kim. William Vicente Swaney. Zachary Carey Sheffield. Lillian Grace Pontius. Vishruth Krishna Maduri. Maxwell Yuja Liu. Christian Adameko Kanedu. Corey Andrew Coughlin. Calvin Edison Hobel. Jamie Michael Greskovich. Ritvik Nag Chowdhury Gonagunta. Charles Emmanuel Foley Jr.
Finn Allen Hines. Kavanaugh Nathaniel Brown. Andrew Chistran Chin. Tyron Antonio Fitch Jr. Parker Cole Malashevsky. Mason Joseph Morales. Eyal Russ. Tyler Craig Sproul. Nathan Michael Wilson. Trent Marshall Butte. Gavin James Curtis. Jackson Tyler Fanning. Dermot Robinson Gillibert. Austin Damon Kirks.
Robert James Leffler. Hunter Brooks Hurley. Abdurrahman Abdisalam Hassan. Garrett Mark Franklin. Alexander Cole Epley. Thomas Cameron Coates. Avar Singh Barthavaj. Joshua Douglas White. Jameson Jerron Allen Spikes. Drake Alexander McGrath. Julian Francis Jean-Jacques. Jackson Lee Howington. Luke Gregory Courtois. Noah Hirsch Billow.
Caden Day Lipscomb. Riley Tonga Smith. Deacon James Lee. Grady James Mobley. Javen Joseph Simon. Luke Edward Baumgarten. Ethan Nicholas Newman. Christopher Colin Morley. Richard Clayton Bowman. Patrick Anthony Terabon.
Yusuf Mohammed Arafat Mohammed Camel. Cameron Clarence Johnson. Dmitry Andre Kolmakov. Mason Camden Burley. Kenneth O. Yusuf. Veer Nilish Raul. Cade Patrick Mahaney. Luke John McGill. Uram Wasim Malik. Erica Jewel Mercado. Congratulations to all of our graduates and their families. As we celebrate this milestone, we kindly ask that after commencement, families clear the facilities promptly to allow the next school to begin their preparations. Thank you for your cooperation and best wishes to the graduates on their future endeavors. Have a wonderful day.